Welcome back to Send Crypto. In today's content, we're going to talk about BTC, and then we're going to talk about why BTC could be headed to $30,000 BTC in 2019 and over 100K BTC in 2021. We talked about it when BTC was just about 3100. We said like BTC has bottomed. And by the way, today is just June 18th, 2019, just about 10 p.m. right, 10:30 p.m. So when you go back in February, late February, we talked about BTC before we get the inverted head and shoulder, inverse head and shoulder. We said exactly BTC gonna get this inverse head and shoulder and head to 51 to 53, right? And then we closed exactly at 5300 on April, right? April 2019, right? So after we get this flat correction, we said like BTC gonna be headed to exactly 9500, and then we just got to a 94.44 right on Binance. So BTC is pretty strong, and then we're also going to be comparing these pattern on the R side and also on the these flat correction, right? BTC is making repeatedly, right, over and over again, right? So we're also going to talk about the stock R side and also the volume. It is pretty important and very critical to pay clear attention. Like we're gonna get a lot of volatility at least the next 9 to 10 days, right? At least till let's say till end of the month, right? Like June 30th, right? It is going to be very volatile. So let's start off with the pattern, right? So when you take a look at this flat correction, we got just about 51 and 5300, right? When BTC was making this flat correction, myself, I was expecting a just about like ascending wedge, right? So that's what I was expecting. If you've been watching my video, you know what I was expecting when BTC was making this flat correction. But by the time we got to this area, I figured out like BTC gonna be following the same pattern as Litecoin, because Litecoin made a flat correction just about this area, right? Same exact pattern, and moved up 70%, right, to the upside. So you take a look at it. BTC made a flat correction and went up 77% to the upside, right, and making another flat correction. So on June 4th, right, last week, a couple of weeks ago, right, my first video in for June, right, the month of June, when I came back, I said BTC gonna be making this flat correction after we got this 16% move to the downside. I said BTC gonna be making this flat correction, and then we're gonna be headed to 9K, move sideways, and going to be headed to 12K very shortly. Once we get to 12K, BTC going to be moving very fast. It is going to be moving very fast, and then we're most likely going to be headed to going to 20K very shortly, right? So keep that in mind, right? So you take a look at the R side. The pattern on the R side is quite amazing, right? You take a look at this pattern just about this area, kind of look like a inverse head and shoulder. You got the same exact pattern again. Let me just zoom it in. You got the same exact pattern again, right? So, and you take a look at it, right? BTC is just about this area right now, just about this on this right shoulder, right? That's what BTC is attempting to make, right? So you take a look at it. We got so much momentum right now for BTC to be moving very fast. So we could be headed like over, on the R side, we could be headed like almost like to a 91 to 92. So it is going to be very volatile and very fast, right? So, and I'm going to show you why, we're going to be very volatile for the next 10 days, right? At least for the short term, right? We're going to be very, very volatile. Because the volume, when you take a look at the volume profile on the weekly, on Binance, right? When you take a look at the volume, right? You take a look at the volume. So what we're expecting this month, I'm expecting like at least 1 million, traded volume, right? BTC trading volume, right? Take a look at the monthly first. So we're expecting at least BTC to be like the volume of BTC to be just about like 1 million, volume at 1.1 to 1.2 million, right? So let's just round it to 1 million. So we got about 250,000 BTC, because currently the monthly volume is just about like 730,000. So we need just about like roughly let's say 250,000 BTC, right? And then we got two weeks to go, right? Almost like 1 week and a half to go, right? Because when I first mentioned the weekly volume that was like, you know, on Sunday. So I said like we got 2 weeks ago, and then we need like 500,000 BTC. Now we almost got like half of it, so we need 250,000 BTC for the next, at least for the next 10 days. So the volatility going to be, you know, increasing very, very, very fast. Keep that in mind, right? So that's the volume. We talked about the volume, we talked about the RSI. Let's talk about the stock RSI right now. When you take a look at the stock RSI, the similarity between the you can see like the same similarity between the stock RSI, right, and the RSI, just about this area, right? When BTC was making this U-turn, most people were thinking like BTC going to be dropping, so we're making exactly the same U-turn again, right? And then the stock RSI going to be making another U-turn just like that, right, and to, you know, start moving to the upside and repeat this pattern just about this area, and repeat this pattern just about this area, right? So we're going to be repeating most likely this pattern, so in this area. So BTC has like a lot of momentum, right? So we're going to be repeating this pattern with like plenty of volume. So most likely we're going to get 1.1 to 1.2 million, you know, trading volume, you know, by June 30th, right? So keep that in mind. BTC is extremely bullish. It is extremely bullish. I said it when BTC was, you know, 5,200 to 5,500, I said it, right? So BTC is extremely bullish. And then once we drop 16% just about this area, I say like BTC, you know, BTC was just by like 74 to 75. I say like BTC is extremely bullish, and then we're going to be headed back to 9,500, right? So keep that in mind. So let's go ahead and take a look at the monthly chart now. So we're going to have to use a B-stamp to take a look at the monthly chart. You take a look at the monthly chart, right? Back in like February and March, I said like the monthly stochastic is extremely bullish, and then it is going to be a vertical line all the way up to overbought, guys. We said it like 90 days ago, guys. We said like BTC gonna get this vertical line, right, all the way up to overbought, right? We're going to get this vertical line all the way up to overbought, and that's what we're getting exactly. It's no sign of reversal, at least for the short term, right? It's no sign of reversal. So let's take a look at the weekly. The first week of March, right, I said like this stock RSI is not going to be dropping. It's going to be at least around this area till like June, and that's what we're exactly getting. Now we're seeing like some sort of divergence on the stock RSI, right? But most likely, right, we're going to see a reversal pattern, because you know you cannot have your weekly dropping and then your monthly increasing. So the weekly has to stay in this area. So if I'm so confident like the monthly chart going to be overbought, the weekly has to stay overbought, right? So until, you know, we get like the weekly and then the monthly both overbought, we cannot see like any sign of reversal. So it is just that clear, right? Most people are still waiting for 2K BTC. Hopefully we're gonna get it, but you know, myself, I want some 2K BTC, but we will see, guys. We will see. But it's no sign of reversal right now, so we just have to stick with what we got, and then stick with these you know, bullish patterns, right? So but we don't have any sign of a reversal, any sign of bearishness. BTC is extremely bullish, guys. We said it at 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, you know, 7,000. Now we're saying it again at 9,000. So we're most likely going to be saying it at 12K, because you know, by December 2019, we're most likely going to hit 30,000 BTC. Most people, you know, can't believe it, but BTC is extremely bullish, guys. Most people, you know, can't believe it, but you know, they're still waiting for 2K BTC. Also, you take a look at the weekly time frame, right? So I'm going to remove everything, and then I'm going to show you something very important on the weekly time frame. We talked about it a couple of days ago on the Telegram group, guys. So we talked about it a couple of days ago. So you take a look at the weekly time frame, right? We got the same exact pattern, guys. We got the same exact pattern just about this area, like just about this area. If I remember well, right, that was after the China FUD, right? Because the China FUD was like just about like 4,900 back in 2017, and then we dropped down to like 2,980 in that range. And then when you take a look at the first week of November 2017, right? You remember like November 5th and November 3rd, it was very important for crypto, because dates are very important for crypto. November 3rd 2017, we got like a big sell-off, like, and November 13th, that's when we started the rally, right? So if you take a look at it, right, this week of November 13th, that's when we started like to push to the upside. So it is quite amazing like how BTC is repeating the same exact pattern. So you take a look at it, we got a very engulfing bearish candle followed by a very engulfing, you know, bullish pattern. So but in order to stay confident with this pattern, you know, this week at least we have to close like above like 9,500, right, in order like to match this candle, right? We have to match this candle just about this area, right? We have to match it again in this area. It is quite amazing how BTC is repeating exactly the same pattern. We talked about this 2 days ago, guys. I don't know if you know, you're in the Telegram group or not, but if you're in the Telegram group, you probably see this pattern, right? So keep that in mind, guys. And then after that, what I'm expecting by July 17th, right, if everything works well, by July 17th, guys, we could be, you know, BTC could be headed to 20K. Easy as that, right? It's very easy, you know, because if BTC is about to repeat the same exact pattern, right? You see, like we got only like, you can see on the screen, we got after this week, we only got like 3 weeks left, right, to get to 20K. So 3 weeks, that would be like by July 17th, right? By July 17th, we could be headed back to 20K, guys, 20K. Most people don't believe it, but most people didn't believe it neither, like when BTC was 3,500 and then we were calling for, you know, 53. So keep that in mind. We only talking about like what the chart is saying, not like, you know, what I want. I want some $2,000 BTC or like $1,500 BTC, guys. But the chart is saying like you know, we're going to 20K very shortly. And then you take a look at the weekly stochastic, not the weekly stochastic, but the weekly RSI, right? If by any means, right, the weekly RSI, right, repeat the daily time frame, you go back to the daily. You know, the first time the daily was overbought just about this area, right? Just about this area. So if the weekly is about to repeat like what the daily did back in like you know, 3,500 to like a 4,000 levels, we could be like we could be, you know, very bullish very shortly, guys. Very bullish very shortly. So we could be very aggressive, seeing like some very aggressive volatility. So keep that in mind very shortly, guys. Keep that in mind very shortly. We could be going back to 20K. That's all I wanted to cover, guys, you know, in this short video. You know, I hope like it makes sense, and then why BTC could be headed to 20K very shortly, guys, very shortly. And by the way, also, if you haven't like watched, let me see if I can find it, right? If you haven't watched this video, right, by Tommy World Power, you know, is it too late to buy Ethereum? That was back in like I think this video was uploaded back in June 2019, right? June 29th 2017, right? So 2017. So go ahead and watch this video, guys. It is quite amazing, you know, how BTC like you know, is following the Chololo trend line. So it is exactly following this trend line, and then this trend line said like BTC gonna be at 10K, you know, November 22nd 2017, right? 2017, exactly the week of the last week of November 2017, BTC was at 10K, and then the next target is 100K in 2021. So, and then the chart, exactly what we just described, is showing like BTC could be headed to, you know, 100K in, you know, late 2021, guys, late 2021. So that's it. That's all I wanted to cover today. And then you know, hope you guys find it useful, and then hopefully you know, we're gonna see $30,000 BTC in 2019 and 100K BTC in 2021. If not, we're just gonna have to grab some cheaper BTC. Nothing wrong with that. All right, thank you for watching.